Hey everybody, Jillian here. Welcome back to my channel for a new Bible journaling process video. Today I am in part 2 of my 4-part series Bible journaling for beginners, and last week we talked about journaling sermon notes in your Bible, and this week I want to show you how I'm going to use the Illustrated Faith Devotional Kit Goals with Grace to create an entry in my Bible. So I've already gone through a little bit and will at the end of the video show you some of the other entries that I've created using this devotional. I've created an unboxing video for this kit if you're interested to see everything that's inside, and I'll go ahead and link it so you guys can check that out. And I'm going to do my best today to only use the things that came in the kit to create this entry, with the exception of some acrylic paints that I've pulled out of my stash that match the kit, because what I want to do is kind of replicate the painting technique here that's on the packaging onto the page of my Bible. Now, typically I would just cut this up and use it as an element in the entry. But on the back side of this page, I have a pretty thick element already. I've got a library pocket, and then I've got a card inside that pocket. So I didn't want to weigh down the page so much with some more cardstock, so instead I'm going to get messy and water down some acrylic paints and try and recreate this look here. For this entry, I'm going to stay as close to the kit as possible and only use things that came in the kit, but I did want to show you some things that I had pulled in addition to go or to complement the kit from my stash. So I have this little berry box here, and it's not much, but just some things that I keep to the side with my kit here. So I pulled out some washi tape from my stash, and these are just some colors that I had that I thought went well with the kit. And I'll go ahead and link these if you're interested in them. I've got some rolling adhesive. I've got some of the Faber-Castell markers. I don't have a lot of these, but the ones that I do have, I pulled out colors that I thought matched the kit. And then I've just got my basics like my journaling pens and my acrylic block. I keep everything here in this little berry box so that I don't have to reach far for it or just constantly dig through things. It's just in one spot next to the kit. Gonna go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and get started with this entry. So before I get started with any paint, the first thing that I'm going to do is turn the page over and then peel off the washi tape that's holding this library pocket down. It came off very easily, and then once it's finished and dry, I'll go ahead and reattach that. So I'm just using some of my favorite acrylic paints. These are from Hobby Lobby, and the brand is Anita's Acrylics. For those of you that have been watching my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm not a fan of watercolors, but I like the look. So my compromise is to mix acrylic paint with water, and I kind of get the look that I'm going for. So I pulled out some colors from my paint stash that matched the kit, and I will do some color mixing you'll see here with the green. And I am referring to the envelope packaging that's over to the left on my desk. I'm just mixing some colors here using this emerald green almost, and then adding some teal in there to make it a little more blue. When I put that pink down on the page, I'm just checking there, it actually ripped the page. And it's not a big deal. It's certainly not the first time it's happened. So I'm just going to move on and then deal with it at the end. So I'm just going to continue on and mixing colors here. I had a bit of a hard time deciding or getting the color blue that's on the envelope. I didn't have that color in my supplies, and so I'm just spending a little more time mixing it. And I wasn't in love with the green either. It was not the green I was going for, but once I had the blue on the page, I realized, hey, I can mix the blue with the green, and it actually is like the perfect color, so I'm pleased with how that turned out. You can also see that the big stroke of green is kind of on a different angle than all of the other ones, and it bothered me at first, but now that it's done, it doesn't bother me at all. So it's just really fun to play and to kind of take inspiration from the packaging or from some design element that's already been done. So that way I don't necessarily have to think of something super creative or original. It's just fun to be able to kind of have a template and then get messy and play. So I'm holding it up here to see how well it matches. And then I'm going to use my heat tool from American Crafts to speed up the drying process. I typically create these entries during nap time and don't have the luxury of waiting for it to dry naturally. So you can see here on the back what it looks like. There's not much bleed through. I did get some paint on the back side of the page, but it doesn't bother me and will be covered up by the library pocket. So these elements here are the cut aparts from the stamp backer, and I had previously cut these out. The circle with a 1¼ or 1½ inch hole punch, and just layering it over that banner. Then I'm going to take the pink stickers that came in the kit, and I want to spell out the sentiment, "Find security in Him." And what I like to do is take the stickers off of the sheet and then line them up on the top of my Bible mat here, and I let the top third hang off the top. I wanted to spell out the word security in a different color, so I'm looking through some stickers here that I had pulled out in addition with those Faber-Castell markers and the washi tape that kind of matched the colors in the kit, and I keep those in the envelope with the rest of the kit. So I'm wanting to kind of highlight the word security here. I thought I might do it with these light pink Studio Calico Alpha stickers, but I didn't have a T, so I decided to go with these tiny text alpha stickers from Bella Boulevard. I've got those linked below. These are just a great basic to have. So I'm going to spell out the security in these black stickers. So what I'm doing here is I like to have the top third of the sticker hanging off of the Bible mat, so that when you move it around and line it up and decide where I want to put it on the page, I can press down on that top third and gently pull the mat towards me, and it releases the sticker, and it helps me get them down without having to do it one by hand. I hope that makes sense. I know it's going pretty fast, so I hope you can see how I did that here. Once I get the top portion done, I'm going to go ahead with my actual journaling and writing. And the verses that I am talking about are on the back side of this page. That is a problem that I encounter a lot of the time, and it's not a big deal for me to journal it on a different page. I'm not sure which day it is in the devotional, but it's from the one called In the In-Between, and she mentions Matthew 7:24 and 25, and that is what I was journaling here. I'm actually on the backside in Matthew 8, and those verses say, "Therefore," this is Jesus talking, "therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash." The words that he's referring to are his words spoken in the Sermon on the Mount. This is kind of wrapping it up. So in the devotional, she reminds us that if you build your foundation on job security or financial stability or things like that that the world deems important and secure, then you really are on shifting sand. But if we actually have a foundation in God and in His promises and in His word, in those times of rain and wind and uncertainty and waiting, we actually have a solid foundation, and we are able to withstand the doubt that may come and the fear that may come, and we can withstand it. So that's what my journaling is talking about here, and it's just a reminder that I want to have in the margins of my Bible. The last thing that I'm going to do is use my roller date stamp and my black ink from Illustrated Faith and go ahead and date stamp this entry, and that's it. Here's a look at 3 other entries that I've created using this devotional, as long as a close-up of this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. I've got most of the supplies linked, but if you see something that you want to know more about, just leave me a comment and I'd be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.